Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Apuborama, and in today's video, we will be taking a look at all of the police vehicles that are currently available in Grand Theft Auto Online. In front of me is, no joke, $30 million worth of cars. It's actually more than 30 million, but I rounded it down a little bit just to have a crisp, clean number. These are all of the police cruisers in Grand Theft Auto Online. There's quite a few of them now, and these are all of the current ones that have been released, and I think that's all of them, actually. If we make our way over to Warstock, we can see that, yeah, that's it. There are no more police cruisers that are going to be added into the game unless Rockstar adds another update planning to introduce more. So we have the FX Interceptor and the Gauntlet Interceptor in the front here. These are definitely my two favorite of all the police cruisers. And then we have the Greenwood Cruiser and the LX Cruiser. These are actually both very similar, but I absolutely love the design of both of these vehicles. Personally, I like the LX more than the Greenwood, but obviously it's down to personal preference. Then we have the basic Stanier Cruiser and the Unmarked. The Unmarked is actually discounted this week, but it's actually the cheapest cruiser of them all at 2.9 million base price, versus the next cheapest being the Stanier at 3.5 million. And then we arrive to the two final ones, which are the SZ and the Dorado Cruiser, both coming in at around $3.7 million. Out of all the police cars, the best performing will actually surprise you. It's not any of the vehicles that you would expect it to be. Even the Gauntlet Interceptor is not the best performer. Funny enough, it is actually the FX Interceptor, which I really like. This is obviously based off of a Fox Body Mustang, and it's got a lot of customization going for it. I'm running the light bar that, as a lot of you have told me, is a tribute to GTA 4, which is absolutely really cool, Liberty City. And this vehicle just looks absolutely amazing. But it has actually the highest top speed and the best lap time by quite a fair margin compared to even the Gauntlet Interceptor. This vehicle is quick, and it has really good handling. And because of that, if you're planning on picking up a police cruiser, I would highly recommend, out of all of them, to get your hands on the FX. It's a really, really good deal, and it's not that expensive, especially if you compare it to something like the Dominator Interceptor, which is $4 million. I don't think it's that bad of a deal to get your hands on this, which you can get for $3.7 million if you pick up the trade price. Although, I guess it would actually be $5 million. The problem is you can't really get the trade price unless you own a police vehicle, so yeah, I guess you might have to pick up another, but if you're going to do that, I'd recommend the Unmarked and the FX. If you want cheaper shark cards and discounted accounts, make sure to check the link in the description down below. What I find quite ironic is that this vehicle here, just a random Amani Tech, the Buffalo EVX, is better than every single police car by quite a fair margin. See, none of the police cars that are currently in the game have any bullet resistance or survivability, which is actually one of the most disappointing things that I could think of. I'm really disappointed that Rockstar did not put at least one armored police vehicle in the game. None of them feature bulletproof glass, literally none of them. And I don't know, I just really want to drive a police vehicle that has the lights and sirens that also has some sort of armor capabilities. I mean, the Buffalo EVX is just a stock standard Amani Tech car. It has the armor plating on the sides, it's able to survive 10 homing missiles, and you can put a missile lock-on jammer. And because of this, it's a nearly impossible vehicle to actually destroy. But all the police cruisers, none of them can survive any explosions. None of them have anything unique apart from lights and sirens. Now, the lights and sirens are very cool. Some people don't actually know this and still don't know this, but putting on lights and sirens causes pedestrians to actually stop their vehicle. We can see that right here. When my lights and sirens are on, this vehicle stops, and when I turn them off, they instantly start driving. Turn them on, they pull over to the side of the road and they stop. Now, that's equally good and bad. The good is that, I guess, if you're driving on a highway, it's kind of nice that cars will move out of your way. The bad is that those same cars will then proceed to drive into you sometimes because it's Rockstar AI, and it's quite stupid. Out of all the police cruisers that are currently available in the game, which ones are the best and which ones are the worst? What would I recommend to buy? Well, based off of performance, upgrades, and how I personally like these vehicles, I can tell you for a fact that, as I mentioned before, the best, in my opinion, is the FX. It's just the fastest, it features the best handling, it has a lot of customization, and I just really like the look of it. I think it has a lot of great things going for it. So, in terms of just all the categories, I would say the FX is the best of the police vehicles. Then I would have to put my way towards the Gauntlet Interceptor. It's very expensive, but, I mean, it looks amazing. You cannot deny how fantastic this vehicle looks. Plus, it's still one of the fastest police cruisers in the game. It handles really well. It's a very fun vehicle to drive and mess around with. The only other police cruiser I would say I personally really like is actually this here. It's a vehicle not too many people know too much about, which is the Impaler LX. It's not the fastest, but it's pretty quick. But it's just the fact that it looks absolutely epic. It's got great customization going for it. You got this massive hood scoop you can put on the front, and I just really like the design. So that's why I'm saying this is my third favorite. But in terms of performance, honestly, none of them are that impressive apart from the two interceptors. The rest are pretty mid. So yeah, I would definitely say that the Gauntlet FX Interceptor, or not Gauntlet, sorry, the Dominator FX Interceptor is my favorite out of the bunch of police cars. I'm really hoping that in the future Rockstar adds some sort of super police car into the game, as that would be freaking epic. That brings us to the final question. What makes these vehicles worth the whopping $4 to $5 million price tag that Rockstar is asking? Well, it's quite simple. They're police cars. That's it, really. They're police cars. If you like the look of a cop car, and you've been waiting years to put one in your garage, well, you're not alone. I, as well, have always wanted to have a police-style vehicle in my game. I just think they look awesome. The fact that you can drive with lights and sirens, and the fact that the lights and sirens actually work, is really cool. And I'm just glad that Rockstar has finally added police vehicles into the game. And even if we can't really do police work, I think it's still really cool that we have this opportunity. The vehicles are fun to drive, they're quick, and I really don't have any complaints about the police vehicles. Yes, they're expensive, but at the end of the day, you don't need to buy them. They don't really give you anything that you don't get from another vehicle. Like, I could buy this car, and I would be just as good off getting the normal Gauntlet. The Hellfire Gauntlet literally does everything this car does. So in that regard, there's really no advantage to this vehicle, and I'm fine with that, because it means you're not forced to buy these police vehicles. They don't give you any advantage. But I do kind of wish that some of them did. As I said, I really hope that Rockstar does create some unique armored police vehicles, maybe even weaponized. I think that would be epic if there was some sort of heist that involved these vehicles. Now, there is one other thing they can do, and you can actually see us doing it right now, which is obviously dispatch work. Dispatch work doesn't pay very well. It's basically a worse payphone hit. Payphone hits pay you $45,000 for around 3 to 5 minutes of work. Dispatch work is going to take around the same time, and it's going to pay you around $25,000. But the missions are still pretty cool, and they do involve you doing some sort of police work, which I actually really, really like. The only thing that's kind of goofy about dispatch work is you don't need to use your cop car for it. All you need to do is own a cop car to be able to start it. But I could literally call out a Sparrow right now if I wanted to, instead of using my Gauntlet Interceptor, which, in my opinion, kind of defeats the whole purpose of police work, but I don't know. What do you guys think? We have to break into the hideout. Well, that's pretty easy. We're just going to run past all these armed guards and hop right inside. I mean, that literally saved me a lot of time. So let's see what we got to do for this mission. Well, we are inside of a building, so I'm going to pull out a assault shotgun. That should get the job done. Let's get you. Let's get you. We have to recover the evidence. Okay? Let's see. What am I doing? Is that... Don't tell me that's the whole mission. If that's the whole mission, that's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Alright. And we have the VCR, and done. Okay, now what? We have to exit the hideout. Alright. And then it's going to say leave the area, isn't it? And that'll be the entire mission. I swear if it says leave the area. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Alright, wait. Eating snacks, putting on armor, eating snacks. Oh god, oh god. Alright, go, 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 go! Alright, that was pretty easy. Oh my god, now I have to drive 6 miles to Vincent's lockup. That's the whole mission. Okay, see, now this is a great example of why using your police vehicles is kind of useless, because I can just call out a Sparrow, and the Sparrow spawns right here, and it just makes doing these missions way faster. So as much as I want to use my cop cars for them, I just don't really see the reason why you would. Okay, I mean, that was pretty easy. Now all we have to do is hop into the little yellow circle. Oh my god, the flare noise is deafening me. Oh my god. Alright, well there you go, done. I mean, that was it. We made $25,000, and it took me like 5-6 minutes to do. I mean, the missions are easy, as I mentioned, but like, that was not worth owning a cop car for, I'm gonna be honest. Like, that mission was the most boring thing I've ever done. I literally killed 3 people, stole CCTV camera footage, and then drove away. Personally, I just really wish that Rockstar put a lot more effort into the missions and made them more fun and involved a lot more police work. I hope that in the future they do add some sort of police-style DLC. I guess we'll have to see. But right now, the Cluckenbell Farm Raid is as close as we will get. So, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the police cars. Let me know if you think they're worth the money. I don't think buying one police car is a bad idea. I think messing around with dispatch work, if you want to, is not awful. And it does add some new diversity into the game. But I think buying multiple police cars, unless you have a lot of money, is just a complete waste, because you're literally dropping tens of millions of dollars. But let me know what you guys think. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!